Short and sweet today, Tanner. Okay, I know
that's what my Nana called me.
We all go into this big thing, and then we ask the question. Not today.
Oh.
I'm going to go straight up.
Okay.
Would you rather listen to Last Christmas on loop for 2 straight months?
Oh, no.
Or watch one episode of The Big Bang Theory?
I really, really hate the encroachment of Christmas.
It's a close call. It's a close call.
Fine, turn the fucking radio on.
Welcome to Radical Apathy, the podcast where two half-wits set out to solve all the world's problems with pop culture references and a lackadaisical attitude. Why not? It's worked so far.
Welcome, everybody, to the Radical Apathy Podcast. My name is Corbyn.
My name is Tanner. Hello, Corbyn.
Hello, Tanner.
How are you, friend?
Episode 26. Live.
26.
But pre-recorded.
But live now, not when you listen into it.
I got to tell you, I really hate Last Christmas.
Not the Last Christmas, but the song Last Christmas.
Both.
Okay. I also am not a big fan of the song.
It's like nothing puts me in a foul mood like Last Christmas. Especially in November.
Is it because it's George Michael, or is it because it's played every 4 minutes on every radio station everywhere?
I like George Michael. I like his stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the song Freedom.
Yeah.
Freedom. Okay. Anyway, I don't like Last Christmas. I don't like Wham. I don't like the other guy in Wham.
Boom, boom.
I don't know who the other guy is. I forget his name. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a big docket for you today. We're going to do what you watch and what you play in. We've got our general gripes as we do every week.
GG.
We've got Ask the Internet today. We've got a top five. And we've got a new installment of the game Star Power.
Star Power.
Which failed miserably the first time around. But we're going to have a good one this time.
People told me they liked that game.
We're going to... Who? They did?
Yeah, they said, hey, I liked that game you guys did.
No, they didn't.
Oh, okay.
No,
Fair enough.
They didn't.
Fair enough.
I'm really excited for today.
We are a fortnightly podcast where we ask ourselves the question, why does it matter?
Why do we care?
Yeah. Corbyn, you were feeling sick last time. How are you feeling now?
You know?
That was a drink cough.
You know what? I'm fatigued. That's what I am.
You?
Yeah, I feel better, but I'm fatigued. I can't. I am not sleeping, man.
Okay. What do we got to do there to get you some lullabies?
I got to take more sleeping pills or something.
Yeah, meds. Meds is the answer.
I got to start doubling down.
I noticed you're wearing
the Radical Apathy T-shirt.
The Radical Apathy T-shirt donated by Kaylee H. Last episode. Looks nice on you. You cut a fine figure in that T-shirt.
Thank you. Until I stand up and you look at me. I like that Kaylee H nailed the blue on this.
She really did.
Yeah.
Like that is when they test the paint color nailing.
Yeah. Like they crushed it.
Yeah.
So I'm
nice
pretty impressed.
Logo on a field of blue.
You'll see it.
On a field of azure.
You might see this on a future video, us wearing these shirts.
You just might.
You might.
You just might see that. Keeping track. And if they do want to see those videos, Corbyn, where can they find us?
Probably on YouTube.
Yeah.
At Radical Apathy Podcast.
It's a video.
So it's a video. So here's a funny story. So so there was a time when iPhones were very popular. And they still are. But
many years ago.
But when, it was like the iPhone 4, iPhone 5, okay? When you opened up the camera, there was just a small toggle that switched from photo to video.
Okay? Yeah, you little flip.
And so my brother, he was very active in his early 20s, having a nightlife. Okay. And so he always was with a bunch of people, and they always took these photos where everyone's in the photo, and he's doing a selfie, and he's in the foreground. And every time... Like, not every time, but how many times he goes to take the photo, and he's like, it's a video. And he goes, it's a video. And so before YouTube did copyright infringement for songs, he put together he kept all these over the years.
It's just video.
It's a video. And so all the pictures of him and his friends, but then it would always be, it's a video. And so...
Did he put it to music?
He put it to music, and so it was on YouTube. It was super popular. It's called It's a Video.
Oh, that's funny. I like that, actually.
Yeah, and it was a really good... It was just funny. It was good.
Oh.
You know what? We're going to start off. First off,
I actually one more question before I start.
Go ahead.
Can we get the listeners have been clamoring for more information
on what
about Hairgate.
No, they haven't.
Clamoring. Corbyn.
No, they haven't.
They.
I want a number of people.
dozens and dozens of human beings have been rattling sabers and saying, where are we at now? It's been two episodes, so now almost a month now.
Yeah,
and they're looking for an update.
Are they really?
Yeah. So where are we at with Hairgate, Corbyn? How have things been going?
I haven't looked.
Do you want? Can we look right now?
No, because I haven't showered today.
Well,
no. I haven't looked because the plan was to because it's supposed to, like I mentioned last time, you take it, it's supposed to hit peak effectiveness at 6 months. So I chose to look at 3 months, and I'm choosing to look at 6 months. I'm not looking in between those times.
Okay, so listeners, you got to wait a couple more months. Here in the new year, we'll have a Hairgate up.
But like the first 3 months, we're talking about 30 to 35% regrowth.
You know what? I would say that, yes. From the pictures I saw, I would throw it in 30%.
Yeah, which I'm very happy about.
So is your hope to get to 100? Or
I think everybody's hope is to get to 100, but I would settle for a solid 65.
Okay.
Like that. Like if someone told me best case scenario 65, I'd be ecstatic.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
what are these people clamoring have been saying?
Oh, they're just saying, "Oh man. Oh man, I just want to see it."
You're just making this up?
No, I'm just making it up. But I think if people were to talk about it, I think they'd be excited.
If they were to talk about it, they might be excited.
They might be excited by that.
Tanner, what are you playing?
Oh, what are you playing? Great question, Corbyn. I just started not ReFantasio.
Not yet.
Because Dragon Quest 3, the HD 2D remake, just came out.
Yeah.
And I bought it. Mm-hmm. I'm playing it on the Steam Deck.
Okay.
Which is great on, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I'm really, really happy with it.
Okay, what do you like about it?
So, Dragon's Quest 3, I don't know if you played it back in the day.
Okay.
I arguably the apex of Dragon Quest games, especially in the 80s and 90s, kind of early 2000s side of games. One of the best there, and they've really taken the time. I really like when they do this with remakes of games. They don't. It's not a massive overhaul, like coming to visuals, but they kept the 2D style, but they've really pushed that kind of 2D sprites in a 3D world.
Okay,
where it's the reflections in the water. There's sun pushing through the forest canopies. It looks gorgeous just to walk through. The backgrounds, it's like hand painted, but it still moves with DLSS.
And they kept all the maps the same and stuff.
Yep, yeah. So the game's still there. It's one of the best RPG stories of that rags to riches kind of stories in a game. It's definitely got the nice quality of life improvements for a 2024 game compared to the original.
Okay,
we're talking like better save spaces, the ability to, if you have a conversation, the guy's like, "Hey, you got to go northwest to go to this town."
Oh yeah,
you can press a button and it'll automatically save the thing you're supposed to do from that conversation in your task bin. So if you're walking around, you forget it. Back in the day, you're fucked. You got to go.
You're fucked.
But now you just pop it up and it says right there, "Oh, you got to go northeast to this town." That's in there. You can turn it all off if you want. You can turn all the niceties off and go back to the OG if
Why
you wanted
would anyone
to.
do that?
Some people are weird, right? They like the old things of doing things on games, but it's dumb.
Does the game tell you what to do?
It does better now with that bookmarking conversations. But yes, for the most part, it does have a little circle you can walk to.
I hate RPGs that don't tell you what to do. Tell me what to do.
Yes. So this is the one I would say if you want to make the entrance into Dragon Quest, it is this. I'm not done yet, obviously, but I'm excited to get back into it. Yeah. And if you've never played a Dragon Quest game before, this is going to be the entry you want to get into it.
How much you buy it for?
Oh, that's a good question. I think it was a full priced like $60.
Okay.
Yeah. Bought it on Steam, but I played on my Steam Deck.
Oh yeah.
Great Steam Deck game.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're a Switch user, it'd be good there too.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's what I'm playing. I'm really enjoying it.
Awesome, man.
Yeah. What are you playing?
So I'm on my Switch because I love my Switch, and I am playing a little game called Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D Remake.
Really? What's that about? Tell me about it.
So I was poking at you because I wanted to see what you thought about it. I'm loving it. I agree with everything you said so far. I like, again, it's got waypoints. I go, okay, this is where I'm going. I like that it's kept the maps the same.
Could you
relatively the same?
If you wanted to play it old school, could you turn those off though? So if you wanted to play it old school,
yeah, you can turn off the waypoints.
Oh wow,
off, yeah, which I have no interest doing.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: what class of characters do you have then on your 4-party group there?
The first thing I did was immediately drop the mage and took the rogue.
Rogue. Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know there was a rogue.
Yeah,
I didn't pick a rogue.
You get your 3-party to begin with.
Okay.
But as soon as you get that 3-party, if you go upstairs,
yeah, that's
you,
what I did.
you can design your own. So I'm not ready for like a merchant.
First off, did you pre-order it and get the bonuses?
No.
I pre-ordered it and I got the bonuses.
Yes, so you went to the little treasure chest and got the bonuses.
I got the bonuses.
Ah,
I got the
jerk.
shoes that let me walk my experience up.
Oh,
and then it gave me a bunch of seeds to buy stuff.
Yeah. No, I came in pure. I don't pre-order games anymore because I'm a firm believer of I will wait to reviews before I buy because I'm not going to give them money.
The shoes sold me on
Alone,
the pre-order.
yeah, I know,
That
that is nice.
alone sold me on the pre-order.
See, I don't like them gating game mechanics behind paywalls either.
It's not a paywall. You get it with the price of the.
Yeah, but you don't get it only if you pre-order though.
Only if you pre-order. But you still buy it. If you're planning on buying it, you might as well pre-order.
Yeah,
it
but that's how they get you because then it's a shit. But anyway,
your characters go.
Right now,
Class of characters.
I have just my warrior, my
your
cleric,
warrior or hero.
My hero,
Yeah, your hero. Okay.
and then my warrior, my cleric, and my rogue.
I didn't take a warrior.
You didn't, eh?
I didn't.
How do you find that?
Well, here's what I took. I took the hero.
Yeah,
I took a mage.
yeah,
I took a thief.
yeah.
And I took the monster wrangler
Oh, like right out of the gate.
right out of the gate.
Ooh, that's how have you been finding it? That seems like that's like a level 20 and up kind of group.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I don't know if I'm exactly good at this game yet, so I don't know how I'm doing.
Yeah.
I know that I lucked out and I found a boomerang early,
Oh,
and I gave it to my thief.
yeah.
And because if the thief doesn't want to have close hand-to-hand weapons, his attack actually goes down.
Oh, it sucks. Yeah.
So he's better. And so this boomerang's been fucking everybody up. And then my guy, because he's so good, my hero crushes everybody.
Yeah.
And then this guy kind of just chips in. He's like he's the guy that chips in right now.
The animal.
The monster wrangler.
Yeah, they're not big DPS people.
So here's the thing. He comes in handy coming up. Now that I've made it to my second island or second area.
Yep.
Because they allow you to collect docile monsters and hand them to this guy, and he gives you stuff for it.
Yeah.
And that's what the Monster Wrangler does. So that's going to work out, hopefully.
Yeah. Are you gonna pull a merchant into your group?
I don't do it. Should I pull a merchant in my group?
I think later on they really start to kind of like Monster Wrangler. Once you get to a certain point,
Yeah.
and you bring them in, where you're not necessarily so much worried about simply surviving. You can bring in like a merchant, or what do they call the clowns? There's a clown class.
I read
Oobada Goobadas or whatever they're called.
the gobbledygookers or whatever. I read that do not get one of those guys.
No, don't. You just make the game hard.
You know what? Here's the thing. I don't know if I'm going to go switch back, because then if you switch, they start at level 1 again.
Yeah, you got to level them up.
And I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So I might just stick with this group.
Just power through it.
Power through it.
Okay.
Just have fun with it.
How are you? Did you play the original?
No, I didn't. I played the original Dragon Warrior, the first one.
Right.
But not part 3.
And how are you finding it so far, story wise?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love this game. I loved ever since I played. So I played Dragon Warrior. I skipped all the way to Dragon Quest 11S.
11. Okay.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
And so I had high hopes for this one, and so far it's not letting me down. It's fantastic.
I like this voice acting. You get the wide expanse of all the British and Cockney accents you could hope for.
Yeah.
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 Which is exciting.
Great game so far.
Yeah, really enjoying it.
How far are you? Have you made it to the second land?
I'm probably 30 minutes away from going to the second now.
You didn't expect me to say I was playing the exact same thing as you, did you?
I'm not gonna lie. I did, because I know you're a big Dragon Quest fan, but you and I had not talked about this.
No, we didn't.
We do not tell each other what games we're bringing, what shows we're talking about. We just bring what we bring. But I had a good feeling you were going to also bring this one that we could talk about. It looks really nice.
I love the 3D backgrounds.
Yeah.
And the 2D style is fun.
But they kept the sprites. Like it's still the game.
Yeah.
Like they've upgraded the right things to it.
I like there's a run button. Thank Christ.
I love that you can speed up the fight.
Yes, and speed up the fight.
Like
is
when
very helpful.
you're fighting like 9 slimes and just everyone.
I fight on fast, not ultra fast.
Yes, as do I.
Because I still need to understand what's going on.
You can still follow what's happening on fast, because if you need to counter something, you can still read it. But ultra fast, it just.
I'm playing this game on my Switch. It runs perfection on my Switch. It looks great on my Switch.
Yeah.
Switch #greatest console in the world.
Okay. Yeah, sure. No, it's good. I mean, the Steam Deck's been great for me as well.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's a perfect mobile game for a Switch or a Steam Deck.
Oh yeah, that's really good.
Or for the Asus Rogue.
I'm planning on playing this game a long time tonight.
Yes. After here, I got a couple more meetings to go to, but then home from wherever to wherever. Yeah, I'll be sitting on the couch crushing steam.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I got an acting job tonight, and then in between scenes, I'm going to be crushing it.
Ooh, good for you.
It's a night shoot.
That's
so
commitment.
It's going to be
a lot of downtime.
A lot of downtime.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a lot of Dragon Quest 3 tonight.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
Very, very excited.
What are you watching? Let's do television and movies this week.
Sure.
What are you watching?
I just finished another Netflix documentary, actually.
Oh, really?
Quite limply called Investigation Alien.
Investigation Alien.
Yeah, which is just a terrible name for a show. Like,
yeah, that's really bad.
like fucking Netflix.
I'm surprised it got you.
It has George Knapp. It's completely follows George Knapp. I don't know if you know who that is.
I don't know who George Knapp is.
He's probably, arguably, one of, if not the most famous UFO reporter / investigator there is. He works for a local news station in Vegas, and he's been covering alien investigations since the early 70s. Like people interview
he's like
people.
90 years old, this guy.
Yeah, he's probably early 80s.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's still just out there doing it. So this kind of focuses around him, and they're a little silly with it. So they lean into the overarching story of the 6 episodes that so I think it was a year ago, or maybe just a year ago now, that the Arrow, which is the new designated appointee organization for the United States to take on all the investigations of every reported UFO, UAP, whatever you want to call it, event ever in the United States, and to investigate it and to report back to Congress anything they find. So that report came out last year, because last year there's the whole big David Grush and all that, that stuff. So late last year, or maybe early this year, I don't remember. It came out. The Arrow report came out, and from top to bottom, it had said there is zero evidence to support this is anything supernatural or from space. Everything shown to us is either man-made or natural. Done. Moved on. Like every single fucking thing reported from 1950 to today, everything was put into that report and wiped clean.
Okay.
U.S. federal government says no, nothing. So this guy's like, no, fuck that. I've been investigating this shit since the 70s. He's like, I can't say it's 100% aliens, but he's like, it sure as shit ain't natural or human. He's like, no fucking way is it. So that's the overarching story. He's going to counter report the Arrow report to prove that it cannot be easily explained or pushed under the rug at the very least. So
easily explained or naturally quantified? How does Mulder say it? I forget.
Oh, right. Yeah, honestly, watching this whole thing, I just wanted to watch the X-Files. So each episode itself covers a certain UFO, UAP, whatever topic. So like there's the episode on livestock or cow mutilations. There's water in UFOs and what the UFOs always seem to be coming around water. There's one about the nuclear reason to UFOs. There's a connection there. And they kind of touch on, each one has their own individual aspect. And then there's kind of the overarching story is his fight against the Arrow report. So it's, now before I go any deeper, I will preface this now that I'm halfway through this and say, I believe in aliens, because to say that you don't believe there's going to be other life in the universe is silly.
Yeah.
All right. Just math at some point has to come into equation. Do I ever think that aliens have been to Earth? No. Because I mean, there's no space is too fucking large, and there's no fucking reason. If you can fly through the vastness of space with the technology that lets you do that, you don't give a shit about us, right? So I don't think aliens have been here.
Okay.
It's a fun watch, right? As all these alien shows are, right? It's just like, oh, look at this. Look at this in the sky. It's a fucking blurry picture of a blurry thing, and it's bright. It's a blurry, bright picture. So it's a lot of that, and then the music's right. But like every ghost show, there's so much pomp and circumstance, but there's never any meat. There's never any evidence, right? There's not. At the end of the day, nothing is ever proven, ever.
Right.
And I'm sorry, but I need the greater the claim, the greater the evidence is needed.
Yeah.
Right? You can't say it's an alien species abducting cattle's genitalia. without any type of backup to carry that along, right?
I'm going to say something now.
Yeah,
I'm going to say something controversial.
Please do.
And viewers, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for those of you who are not going to like this. One of our former guests is not going to like what I'm about to say.
Okay.
The greater the claim, the greater the evidence.
Yeah.
Is nice, but it's just not true. Because religion. Okay, that's it. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead.
But religion's about faith, not about evidence, right? That's something different. I sent this to our friend CJ over at the Average Superior podcast because he's a big fan of the conspiracy-esqueness when it gets into UFOs and UAPs. Do I think the federal governments are covering shit up? Absolutely they are.
Yeah.
Do I think it's aliens? No. The last episode, they found a guy who was a professor at Billings, Bozeman.
Okay.
Local town here in Montana where we're close to. And and he says, they're not aliens. He says they're just future humans who are just time traveling.
Oh, okay.
Back here.
Okay.
And he was an anthropologist. And so he had all like the skulls of the old simian primates to Neanderthals to the humans and that genealogy. And then he runs mathematical test equations, genetics to show, following where it's come in the next 200,000 years, how that evolution looks. And quite often in the simulations, the human skull evolves into what the little gray aliens look like. Large forehead, big dome pop, big Brody side push, black eyes.
That's going to hurt the dating community.
Yeah, I mean, humans are not attractive as it is now, but fleshy, short Greenlands, yeah.
So what was your takeaway from this show?
Well, 90% of the cars shown in there's a lot of product placement, which immediately pulls me out of a show because why are you doing it then, right? And maybe Netflix didn't want to put enough money into George Knapp to give him a show, but like every vehicle, you see the logo. And it's like it's cleaned. You know how it's, they on the old shitty Fox sitcoms where they make a point of showing the Fords.
These are like the reenactments or whatever.
No, they just follow him around. Like he just drives around and talks to people.
Oh, okay.
So like when he goes and interviews somebody, it's always in a restaurant, and they always take a picture of the front of the restaurant, show the logo, and then it goes in and shows them. Like there's so much product placement littered throughout the whole thing. You're like, okay, why are we doing this? Yeah. This is just Netflix is just selling shit now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that takes me out of anything in a documentary, but it was entertaining because I know George Knapp believes it's aliens.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. And he's not an idiot or anything I'm never going to call you stupid for believing it. I mean, if you believe in ghosts, you're probably dumb. But because, I mean, he wants to believe it so bad, and I credit him that at least he's trying his best to find evidence. And when he finds evidence he proves isn't real, he throws that out saying, no, I've proven this is bullshit. Like he does that well. And I appreciate the guy's commitment for like 50 years of trying to track this down. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's the exact same as every other one of these shows where it's just, here's a cool picture.
It's more about the build and there's no release.
Exactly.
And yeah, there's so many like that.
Yeah, the journey, not the destination.
Yeah,
for sure. So if you like those shows for that reason, go ahead. If you are hoping, because of course, and I've noticed this lately now after all these U.S. hearings, every secret person they talk to, like they get someone from the government or he was a Marine and he was at a crash ship. And he saw it, and they talked to him, and he's like, and they're still in the government, and they say, "Well, we've been vetted, and we've had a discussion, closed doors," and everyone's like, "But it's coming, like in a few months, it's coming.
Everything's always coming.
You guys are going to know everything in a couple months." I'm like, are we?
Are we really?
Are we really? You guys just had a crazy fucking election. You think anything's going to happen? So, I always chuckle at it. I take it with a grain of fiction. But if you like those types of shows, it's exactly what you expect.
Did George Knapp talk about UFO sightings in any other country?
He did.
He did. Okay.
He did. He brought up a few because one of the episodes was just in South America. Was just a bunch of events down there.
This makes me like it a tad more.
Yeah. He did. In everything he's talked about, he would always say, he's like, but this happens all over the world. This is all over the world. This happens all the places, and they would touch base here and there. But maybe if you're really interested in what happens in our neck of the woods, maybe stick around for later on in the episode.
Oh,
foreshadowing. But yeah, that was okay. What are you watching?
First off, what do you?
Oh yeah, and the aliens were like drinking Pepsi in the whole show. Like the product placement was rough.
First off, what's the last movie you watched?
The last movie that I went to is a great question. I started. Oh no, you know what it was? The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh really?
I rewatched.
Okay,
yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Still, you know what?
I like the Dark Knight.
I think I was meaner to it when it came out than it deserved to be.
I thought it was a great fucking
yeah.
movie.
I think it was just. I had the Dark Knight expectations.
I think it lived up to expectations. I really do.
I don't know if it did, but
I think it was a fantastic movie with a fantastic twist to Batman, and
it is better than I probably gave it credit for back in the time.
Really good movie. All right, so what am I watching? Starting with TV shows. So I actually finished. This is the Zodiac speaking, like you said.
Oh, you did watch it?
I did watch.
What did you think?
Here's what I thought. Here's my first initial out of the gate. Okay, I don't remember what I did a month ago and who I talked to and what happened, let alone what a teacher said to me in grade fucking 4. Do you know what I mean? So these people who are coming in, they're coming forward with all their Mr. Allen, Mr. Allen information. I'm like, there's no fucking. You're 70. You don't remember any of this shit.
Yeah, I don't remember what my high school teachers.
There's just no way you remember. However, that being said, I mean, there is some compelling evidence that Mr. Allen is the Zodiac.
Yeah, it is compelling.
Yeah,
right. It's probably not hard provable evidence.
No,
but it all brought in together. The circumstantial evidence is compelling that it was him.
Yeah. So I enjoyed that. 3 episodes, easy to watch.
Yeah, super quick.
I just crushed it. It was good. I started watching the new Alex Cross show.
Oh yeah, on
Amazon
Prime. What did you think about that? So this was Alex Cross is the character that Morgan Freeman played in a bunch of movies.
In Along Came a Spider and Kiss the Girls. And then there was a movie 10 years ago, and Tyler Perry played it.
Yeah, that's right.
And I thought it was an excellent movie, and nobody went to go see it, which was just sad because I would have watched 1,000 more movies with Tyler Perry.
I think because Tyler Perry gets a bad rap for like his comedy characters.
Yeah.
But he's a good actor.
Tyler Perry was so good in that show.
He's a good dramatic actor, actually. You can turn it on.
So I'm watching I'm 5 episodes out of 8 into the new Alex Cross TV show. And I think the plot is fantastic. I'm not going to say there's a bad guy, but then there's also a little bit of a twist. And I like the twist. It adds an extra layer to the show, which I enjoy. There's only one glaring problem with this show, and I repeatedly see it. Okay, and I'm no expert in the topic, but I'm also not a moron.
Right.
Okay, these guys it's Alex Cross and his partner investigating this murder case, and they never bring backup anywhere.
Well, they just walk around to everything they go to.
They just walk around So I'm going to spoil one small thing. If you watch Alex Cross, just
spoilers out.
Okay, there's this piece of evidence that they suspect the killer will try to steal. Okay. The killer does steal this evidence. Okay.
They called it,
and they put a GPS tracking on it.
Oh.
So if the killer in the cities, they're in like Washington, D.C., the chief of police is all like, we're getting this case, close that case. You know, like the typical mayor, right? Or city chief of police on TV. And you're on the biggest case and highest profile case in the city of Washington, and your killer steals the biggest piece of evidence you have. You're sending more than 2 people to that event. You're going to send all the people to that event. All the people are going to go to that.
Well, if you know he's coming to get it, why don't you just grab him when he goes there?
Yeah, but you're gonna send more than 2 guys to go do it.
You would send more than 2 guys.
It's fucking ridiculous. So I'm just watching it. I'm like, okay, you're taking me out of it a little bit because but it's not just that episode. Every episode, someone's threatening his family. Like every episode, someone's threatening his family. If someone was threatening my family the way someone was threatening his family, I'm not leaving the house. He leaves the fucking house like 5 times.
He leaves the family.
He leaves the family back with the grandma like 5 times an episode. So there's just little weird things that I'm like, he's supposed to be the smartest guy in the room, but he does so much stupid shit. So good show with a cool premise, cool bad guy stuff, good plot, stupid execution at times.
What do you think of Aldous Hodge as Alex Cross?
Where do I know Aldous Hodge from?
You know Aldous Hodge, an American-born actor, born in Jacksonville, North Carolina.
I don't believe I've seen him before.
He's done. Let's go to recently.
Hit me.
He was on City on a Hill.
Never heard
a TV show.
Okay.
He was in Black Mirror.
No, I never watched that.
Oh, he was Mario Dixon in The Blacklist.
Oh, you know what? I watched The Blacklist, but I couldn't. I watched like 4 or 5 seasons.
Yeah, I think it was just
Blacklist,
an episode.
but I don't remember shit about the show.
A lot of one-offs. He was the main role in Underground, a TV show that only ran for 1 season.
So basically, he hasn't been in anything.
Let me go to his movies.
Movies.
Oh, he voices. What does the voice work? He does Jon Stewart, the Green Lantern. So he voices a lot of Jon Stewart stuff.
Okay.
He was Captain Anthony Espin in Jack Reacher Never Go Back.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that.
That's probably it.
Yeah, what's his name again? Aldous Hodge.
Aldous Hodge.
That's pretty cool. So I'm watching that show right now. 5 out of 8. I'm going to finish the next 3 episodes, hopefully by the end of the week. And then you're going to be so tired that I'm bringing this up. The movie I watched.
Oh, the movie. Okay.
You're going to be so mad. Okay, I apologize to the listeners. I apologize to Tanner. I did watch Terrifier 3.
You actually got through it, eh?
I got through it. It's the best of the 3 series.
Josh.
So I was watching it because I was expecting this extreme brutal gore. I was more prepared for it. It was more fun. Remember I told you the other ones weren't fun? This one was more fun in spirit. It wasn't as mean. And so I enjoyed it a lot more. It had the best part of the story. It had a great final third act. It was actually the best of the series.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Same director?
Same director, same writer.
Oh, so maybe they just pulled their pants up and or more money.
The first movie had a $25,000 budget. Second movie had a $250,000 budget. This one had a $12 million budget. So it was a lot more money.
Yeah.
So and you can tell, although the film quality still looks like garbage. But yeah, that's what I watched. That's where I'm at.
Where? How many spooks would you give that?
Not scary to me.
No,
because this is one where the bad guy is kind of the main character.
Yeah, I guess.
So you're not so scared.
Eric, what's his name? Eric the Clown.
His name is Art the Clown.
Art the Clown.
So he's kind of the main character. So he's always on screen. So you're not really scared. You're just kind of like, shit, he's gonna do something gross here, and he does a bunch of gross stuff. And they cross all the lines.
It's still gross and creepy.
Yeah. So for me, when it comes to movies, I'm cool with anything. Like nothing offends me or whatever.
Yeah.
But I could see people who are watching this, like he crosses a lot of boundaries. Like can't kill kids. Art can. You can't kill animals on screen. Art can.
Oh.
You can't kill kids again. Art can. So there's yeah. So yeah, some people won't like that, but I was cool with it.
Did it make any of its money back?
Oh, so it was
Since
a
it
$12
came
million
out?
budget, and it's made I think close to $60 million right now.
Oh wow. So
Yeah.
people like it. Like it's got an audience.
And there was no budget for advertising. It was just
I
it was just
I
YouTube.
did not see an advertisement for
Yeah,
it.
no, it was just YouTube trailers and Twitter and word of mouth.
Wow.
And so yeah, it's made that much.
Good for them.
Yeah. There definitely will be a Terrifier 4 though.
So they didn't. So spoilers.
Spoilers, Terrifier.
Art's
4.
still alive.
Art is alive. Yes. Yes, Art is alive.
Well, that's exciting. Corbin, we have another part of the show we call General Gripes.
I love General Gripes. It's my favorite part of the segment.
I know you do.
Okay, listen. I'm going to start General Gripes.
Get us into it.
Listen, I sent you a text like a week ago, and you didn't respond, I don't think. It made me mad.
Well,
So
let's
we're
confirm
talking-
it. Let's confirm if I did or not.
We're talking about it right now.
Okay.
I was watching Back to the Future 2, and I sent you a text about it.
Yep.
And I don't think you responded.
Okay.
Okay? And so this is 35 years after Back to the Future 2 came out.
Yep.
And I just realized I got a big gripe about this movie. Why would you have to go 30 years into the future to stop something that hasn't happened for 30 years? It makes no sense.
Okay, say it again. Why would you have to?
Why would I have to go to the future to stop something that doesn't happen for 30 years? See, part one, he sends him the letter.
Show kids, Marty.
He takes He takes the letter
Yeah.
and gives it to Doc Brown. That prevents the future.
Yeah.
Do something. Just tell him. Just when you get there, just be like, yeah, don't do this when you get up. Grow old.
Yeah. Don't make this.
And let's be honest, Back to the Future 2, it's your kids, Marty. Nothing to do with his fucking kids. And they changed the whole thing.
That's true. Yeah.
But yeah, there's no reason why they'd have to go to the future to change the future. That makes no sense. You go to the past to change the future. You don't go to the future to change the future. I don't know how all of us didn't realize this for 35 years.
Well, I mean,
it doesn't make any sense.
Back to the Future was one of the first mainstream time movies, right? Like that really got into the point of time and how things affect and the butterfly effect and blah blah blah, right? But I think they just made a shit ton of money in Back to the Future, and they said, okay, well, we need to make another one, and they said, okay, well, we can't go back to the 50s. We just did that. And we don't want to come anytime closer. So
we already said we had to go to the future.
Right. What if we go to the future? Right? Because they kind of hope that off.
I know, but it doesn't make sense.
You're right. It doesn't.
At all.
Because then he goes back in time and he takes a poop on a Tuesday instead of Wednesday, and that future's gone anyway.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You're 100% right.
Doesn't matter because you're going back in time regardless, and it's going to stop it no matter what you do.
Yeah. You literally just tell your... Doc Brown just has to go, Marty, don't do this shit. He goes, oh, okay.
But in that world, time is fixed.
Yeah.
Right? Where no matter what you have zero control. No matter what you do, that time is written and is going to happen unless you go to the future and physically change it.
Side note, I would do that sports almanac thing 1,000 times.
Who would? Like, why?
1,000 times out of 1,000.
I laugh at people who would like, I would just go back and pet the dinosaurs or go back and tell my grandmother that she had a wonderful tea collection.
No fucking way.
No, you're going back, you're getting lottery tickets, and you're fucking betting on sporting events.
I'm betting on sporting events.
And you're going back to the future and being a quadbillionaire.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to Vegas.
Yes.
I'm going to own a casino by the end of the week.
Yeah. That's exactly what you're going to do. Like, yeah, to pretend you're not doing that is just silly.
It's just stupid.
Yeah. I like that gripe.
Yeah, thank you.
I recently, they just went on sale a couple days ago.
What is it?
I got tickets to the My Chemical Romance show in Seattle.
I've been listening to My Chemical Romance.
Yeah. So
that's teenagers, right? They sing teenagers.
They do sing teenagers. Yeah.
I've been playing that on repeat in my car for the past couple months.
Oh yeah. So their first show of their Black Parade tour.
Where is it? Sorry,
is in Seattle.
Okay.
I'm going.
Yeah.
So here's my gripe, and it's really cool. It's in the ballpark in Seattle, which is gorgeous, as you know.
Absolutely.
So tickets went on sale at 10 a.m.
Okay.
I did a night shoot the night before.
Yeah.
So I set my alarm.
Yeah.
So I wake up I went on at 11 a.m. So I wake up at 10:45. So I wake up, I get logged into the app, I get in the queue. It says, all right, when at 11 o'clock it's going to open, and you press the button.
Okay.
And you're going to put it in the ticket queue. And we said, okay, cool. So we're sitting there and I'm waiting. I'm literally just laying in bed with nothing else to do. I don't have a TV in my room. I have nothing. I'm just sitting on bed trying to fall asleep looking at my phone. Okay. It counts down. 11. It refreshes. It says, boom, go. Hit the button. All within 2 seconds of time. I was 18,000th in line to get a ticket.
Oh, really?
Yeah. For 2 seconds.
That's crazy.
So then I had to sit there for the rest of the morning and wait for the 18,000 in front of me to buy their fucking tickets before it came down to me.
I got to tell you what to do from now on.
Tell me what to do, Corbin.
Pay the extra. You know how you I think we said on the last. I don't know if we said this in person off air or if we said this on air last week, but you said something about paying a little extra to get first class to on a flight.
Yeah, we talked about that going to Disney World.
This is how I view events now. Just pay the extra and buy them on StubHub after, and get the tickets you want.
You'll buy them from StubHub instead.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
But how much more of a markup are we talking about on average in StubHub? Do
you want to go see My Chemical Romance?
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna see what the difference was.
I'm chalking a number under. Who cares? I'll tell. While you're looking that up, I'll tell you my story. I'm going to Vegas April 18th to the 25th.
Yeah, you are.
And I, for some reason, thought I was going to Vegas until April 28th. And I I had the pre-sale code for Daniel Tosh tickets. I used it, and I bought my Daniel Tosh tickets, and I was very excited. And then I realized I'm not even in Vegas when this fucking happens. I'm like, God damn it. So I've got Daniel Tosh tickets for when I'm not in Vegas. But the pre-sale worked, and I got tickets right away.
It is $150 more expensive on StubHub.
Okay, for the same tickets.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then you go.
So
are you happy with your tickets?
Oh yeah, like I'm right there.
Okay, perfect.
And
that'll be fun. Yeah, that'll be fun.
No, we're excited for it. As the wife and I are both millennials, obviously we have to love My Chemical Romance by law. So
for sure.
So we're doing it. So
teenagers scare the living
shit out of me.
They could care less
as long as someone will bleed. Someone will bleed.
So dark and...
Corbin, I got a question for you.
I'm so excited.
This has been bothering me for a while.
Did I do it?
No. Well, maybe. I don't know. Okay. Why do fortune cookies suck now?
Wait, when did... Okay, this is a part of a bigger problem.
Oh.
Yeah, whereas not only does fortune cookies suck, Chinese food as a whole sucks.
Interesting. Okay.
So what I have a theory on this.
Yeah.
The older you get, the less awesome Chinese food is.
Interesting.
And I think that the fortune cookies are lumped in with that. What do you think?
Well, we talked about before that the older I've got, the more I hate buffets.
Yeah, buffets are terrible. I'll never go to buffets.
Right? I still like Chinese, but okay. So here's what happened. I went to a great Asian restaurant in town.
A great?
Yeah, I think it was really good.
A great?
The one right by the casino.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
That's probably the better one.
Yeah. I got the bill. I got my little fortune cookie. I opened it up.
What did it say?
It said, "Don't forget to stretch." Don't forget to stretch. Like it was written by a grade 8 gym teacher on this fucking fortune cookie. That's not a fortune. That's not the guy I was with.
Yeah.
Opened his.
Yeah.
You know what it said?
What?
Save money.
That's not a fortune.
That's not a fortune.
That's advice.
That's barely advice. That's just something that you should be doing.
You will get money. That's a fortune.
Like what dime store AI fucking company came up with this fortune cookie crap? I was so upset. I didn't leave a tip when I left.
You didn't leave a tip?
No, because I come expecting a fortune.
This is bullshit.
And I was not given.
You should have walked out and pointed at
Don't
this
forget
cookie.
to stretch. Are you fucking kidding me? I was so upset.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Did you stretch after that?
I mean, yeah. Because I was thinking about it. I had to get something out of this.
I got to stretch
So I
real
stretched
quick.
my little back. Corbin, so what? Give me. I'm sure you can do better.
Okay.
Okay. So give me a quick fortune cookie, please. Go.
You will have a prosperous friendship reveal itself to you in the near future.
Look how easy that was.
Yeah.
The reaping of your past decisions will soon be at hand.
Yeah.
Right.
All the fruits of your hard work will show themselves eventually. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, no. That's avoid the left turn tomorrow, for a big hole is in your future.
That's a good one. Don't be a cunt.
Everything is better than don't forget to stretch.
That's a good one.
That's my gripe. They fucking pissed me off. Anyway, that was my gripe.
My son came into my room. So here's the thing. So my son, he sleeps as he's 8. He sleeps in his room. He gets scared. He comes into my bed in the middle of the night, wakes me up.
Before you go?
Before I go. And that's how a lot of my sleeps end that day at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m.
Yeah.
You know what this little fucker said to me?
What?
Okay. He goes, Dad, you snore. And you make this sound. And he made like a sound. And he goes, and when I come into your bed, I can't sleep because of that.
He called you out.
He called me out.
In your bedroom.
In my bedroom. Oh, I'm sorry. I said, I'm sorry. I'm not letting you sleep? I'm the problem? I said, don't come in my room. I wanted to say, don't fucking come in my room. But I said, don't come in my room if you don't like it.
Yeah.
Dad, you are keeping me up when I come into your room to try to sleep.
Do you know how inconsiderate you are, Dad, in your bed, making the noises you make for me?
And here's the thing. I'm a side sleeper. I don't snore. Side sleepers don't snore.
They shouldn't.
No.
Unless there's something really wrong.
Yeah, I don't sleep. I don't snore. I'm a side sleeper.
What does your wife say?
She's too busy snoring. So here's what I do actually at night. So this is a true story.
Okay.
So at night, I like to stay up. I'll go to bed a lot earlier than a lot of people, not because I want to go to bed early, but because it's the most comfortable spot in my house. And so I'll watch TV on my computer or a movie on my computer because I'm so comfortable in bed.
Yeah.
Okay. And so my wife will fall asleep in bed. She's all business. It's all sleep there.
Yeah.
Okay. But she'll fall asleep way earlier than me. I'll stay up like 2-3 hours past when she falls asleep. But she gets going on some of these snore trains. And so what I'll do is I'll take my phone and I'll record it. And then I'll play it for her later.
Oh, I can't imagine that going well.
So you want to hear it?
I would love to hear it.
Yeah. Let me go.
I think I think it's important because, again, you know what? Right now, Corbin, you're about to provide more evidence than that entire Alien show altogether.
Okay.
Which is exciting.
This is one of the more tame sessions. Okay.
All right, Corbin's wife, sleeping snore.
Okay. Like, I'm a little far away on this one. That was a good one. Okay, that's the end of the clip. But it's one of my favorite things to do is to record her snoring.
Miss Corbin, I have nothing to do with this, but man, that's funny.
I also do another thing. So I believe this is so when my kids were young, I would record their temper tantrums.
Okay.
In preparation for when they're teenagers and they won't get out of bed.
Oh.
Because then I'm going to play the temper tantrums.
I like that.
To get them out of bed.
Your upcomings is coming.
Yeah. So I've got a couple of those on the phone too that I'm holding on to.
Look at you being a good parent.
I know, right?
A wonderful husband.
Yeah. Anyway, my little asshole kid tells me I keep him up at night.
And what was the outcome?
He keeps coming.
He just keeps on
coming.
coming.
He keeps coming, yeah.
You just wanted to bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Well, I have another question for you.
Yeah, please.
If you have no ketchup, what do you dip your fries in?
Oh, okay. So I've got a little special corner case because I went to the States and I picked up some Chick-fil-A sauce. So
Chick-fil-A sauce.
So I like a Chick-fil-A sauce for my
What is
fries.
it? Tell me.
Honestly,
if I had to make it at home, what is it?
It's like a mayonnaise-y barbecue sauce.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's the best way I can describe it.
I say mayonnaise.
An aioli. I would do a garlic aioli.
Okay.
Yeah, but not straight mayonnaise. I need to put something in there.
I blame my Dutch cousins for this because when I would go to their farm, whatever, on growing up and sleepovers, they would just they would make, because there was 4 kids and 3 giant Dutch boys, and they would make like 17 pounds of chicken fingers.
Yeah.
Where I'd grow up and I had like 2, maybe 3 chicken fingers growing up, and they would like pour a bag of chicken fingers on your plate, and then they would just mash mayonnaise and just fucking chicken finger mayonnaise. And actually, I learned to really enjoy it. Like I'll even dip my chicken nuggets sometime in mayo instead of the sweet and sour sauce. It's so special. But I'll go into fries.
Yeah, you'll go into fries?
Yeah.
Or into mayo, you mean?
No, I'll put the fries in the mayo.
Oh, in fries into the mayo.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, garlic aioli for sure.
What do you folks do? If you don't have ketchup, what do you dip your fries in?
Yeah.
I'm interested to expand my palate. So if you have some, let us know.
When I have chicken McNuggets and I still have leftover hot mustard, I dip it in the hot mustard.
Yeah, you're a weird mustard guy, though.
I love their hot mustard.
You're really into that mustard.
I might get some today, actually.
I tried the honey and the mustard didn't work out.
That's because it wasn't correct. God. Okay. Am I up next?
Sure.
Okay, listen. I was in the mood. My housekeepers were at the house, and so I couldn't go home. And I was in a mood.
Do you call them housekeepers? I call them maids.
I call them housekeepers. I think housekeepers is a little more respectful.
Is maid the wrong word?
But they don't speak English. So I don't know if they would care what I call them. Yeah, okay. They can barely. We translate through Google Translate.
Okay. Or the universal language of cleanliness.
Yeah. Yes. And they communicate very well. So I was like, I'm going to go look at some retro games or some secondhand games. Like the GameStops in our city are not good anymore.
Correct.
So I went to our local secondhand store, the biggest one that we have, and I went to go look at like retro handhelds,
some GBAs,
GBAs,
colors,
look at some Switch games. See, first off, the prices were astronomical,
unbelievably high.
Are you
talking about the one on Mare?
Yeah, no, that one's okay.
Okay,
but that one's stupid high.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't go there.
Yeah,
so I went to this other one called King of Trade, where they have a bigger collection, I would argue.
Okay.
And their prices were a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, they were selling, there was a video game I have. What is it? I'm trying to think. Shit, what video game is that? Oh, just like even like regular Pokemon games from the Game Boy Color and the regular Game Boy. $99.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
For the cartridge.
For the cartridge.
Yikes.
There was another one that I just don't remember what game it is off the top of my head anymore. But I have it, and it was like going for 110 or some shit. And I'm like, this is expensive.
That's a lot.
And if you go in there and try to sell your games to them, they're going to be like, $20. Go fuck yourself.
So I recently, back when we were moving,
Yeah.
and I was dumping a bunch of old boxes of old like Xbox and Xbox 360 games, I took a bunch of them. I went to GameStop originally, and the guy's like 5 cents, and I said, "Fuck your hat," and I left.
Yeah.
So I went to the one across the street from King of Trade. I forget what it's called.
Okay.
And I went in there, and I feel like I don't know if I just took them to the cleaners, because I walked in there, and some of them were still had cellophane wrap on them because I had them digitally. I didn't need the disc.
Yeah.
But we're talking like 12 to 15-year-old games now, like really.
Yeah.
Put them down. I said, "Oh, here's 4. What do you want to give me?" She gave me $60 for all 4.
Nice.
Which was probably way more money than what they're actually worth. So I don't know if she just fucked up, but she scanned them. She was like, "Yeah, here's $60." I was like, "Thank you."
Thank you. Have a good day, sir.
So that one worked out okay.
Yeah. My gripe with the secondhand store is not the price. And this goes for every secondhand store out there, whether it's a secondhand clothing store, a secondhand furniture store, a secondhand goods store, or a place like Winners, which I feel like is kind of a secondhand store. Why do they all smell like that?
It is a common smell amongst secondhand stores, isn't it? Is that just leftover BO?
Secondhand stores all smell like that. And I don't have to describe what the smell is, because when I say like that, you know what it is.
Well, give me some examples. If you had to use your adjectives.
The inside of a wooden leg.
Yeah. I could see that. I was going to say when you get a cast off.
Yeah, because it smells like that.
Yeah.
When
you get your cast off, but like old version, like not fresh cast, but like, like when your cast has been in your closet for 2 months, and then you go back, like, I wonder if it still smells, and you put your nose in there, and you're like, oh yeah, it does.
To rip off an old Seinfeld joke, it's like B-O-O.
The B went from the O to the B to me.
I just don't know why they all smell like that, but they all do. You go for let's go find a retro Halloween costume, and you go in there, and it's just like, oh my god, this place stinks.
Well, they don't wash the clothes, and let's tear that Band-Aid off right now. People who go to these stores all the time, they don't wash the clothes they sell.
Okay, so even so,
yeah,
the King of Trade doesn't sell clothes, but it still smells like that.
Yeah,
they're selling old instruments and old electronics and old stuff. It's stuff.
Is it sadness? Because when you get rid of things, there's generally a negative connotation, whether someone had passed away, or you got a divorce, or you need to downsize because your dog Fluffy died and you refuse to get another one, so I got to sell it. Is it? They
don't sell dogs.
Is it sadness?
That might be the smell. It's
just a general malaise of sadness. It's
such a stinky smell.
Yeah, it is true.
It overwhelmed me. I'm like, I can't handle this. I gotta get out of here.
I think if Radical Apathy had a cologne, I think that's the smell we would end up with. You know what it is? It's the smell of apathy, Corbin.
That's the
it's the smell of apathy.
It's thick. Secondhand stores. That's one of my gripes.
I want to go back to something we talked about. What are your thoughts on this whole alien resurgence thing of this last year and everything? What is your take on it?
Can you be more specific?
Sure. So, like, the U.S. government held another UFO here on Capitol Hill on last Wednesday, the second such hearing within 60 months of each other. So we're starting to see a little bit more push from members of Congress trying to put a bit in this. The hearing itself was billed as an attempt by Congress to provide a better understanding of what is known about previous sightings of UFOs, also known as UAPs. They had ex-military intelligence employees come in who are criticizing the U.S. government for excessive secrecy in an attempt to hide the fact that we are not alone in the cosmos, quote.
Here's my take on this.
Give me your take on it.
Okay, and it's probably not going to be a popular take.
But you know what? It's your take, and that's what matters.
Okay. My hot take is this. This was probably Republicans doing this and not Democrats.
Well, it's a congressional board, so it's a mix of everybody.
I believe this is a Republican-led committee. Okay.
I don't know if it is.
Okay. I believe it's a Republican-led committee. I believe the Democrats don't want to be there. And I believe that this is an easy way to control someone.
Ooh, give me an example. Tell me about that.
If you are... It's like dangling the keys over here for a kid. Do you know what I mean? Like it's news that's not news.
Right.
Okay.
It's a distraction.
We're working on this thing and it's super important, but we're telling you it's important. We're solving a problem that you didn't know
that you didn't know it was a real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think they're talking about it and putting time into it.
Yeah.
Quotations. And like I said, I think if you... this is going to be unpopular. I don't like to be political on here, but the Republican base is so fucking stupid. Like they're like there's smart Republican, but like the general, like I'm trying to say, like 80% of their voter base is really dumb.
I would say general population in general is fucking dumb.
And if you distract them with this, it's just another level of control, of governmental control.
And by that way, they would love when these characters like George and Knapp make these less than great television shows because it just feeds into their pushback.
And then they know that the government's working on it. The government, or it feeds into, if it was the Democrats, it'd be government secrecy. It depends on what angle you look at it from, right?
Which side? There's an argument on either side.
Yeah, but but whether you look at it either way, it's a form of governmental control that they're even talking about it.
So the whole UFO thing in general is basically its own false flag.
Yeah, it's a waste of time.
Just so don't look at this environment that we're destroying.
Yeah.
Or don't look at the fact that you have to pay to get your own arm fixed. Like
look at the keys.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. Yeah, interesting. You know
what do you think about that?
As I've said before, I'm a big believer in Occam's razor, and whatever is the most likely reason for something is more often than not the actual reason. So,
or as Spock said in the greatest Star Trek movie,
second greatest,
in the greatest Star Trek movie, if you take away whatever's improbable, whatever's left, if you take away the impossible and whatever's left, however improbable, must be the truth.
Must be the truth. Right. Occam's razor. So, are aliens abducting our cows' genitals, or is the government just wanting to avoid work and distracting people?
Yeah.
What's more likely?
What's more likely?
Right. So, great point. Another win for Occam's razor.
I like it.
Yeah. That was my last gripe that I had written down. You got any more gripes, Corbin?
I got 3 more.
Oh my! You're a gripey guy today, Corbs.
Well, you know what? The general gripes is so fun. It's the best part of the show for me. It's where I get it's the airing of grievances.
Yeah, I got a lot of problems with you people.
I got a lot of problems with people. Did you watch the Mike Tyson fight the other night? It was on 60 million households on Netflix.
I actually did. I'd be lying if I didn't because it was on 60 million households.
Did you watch the whole thing or just the part of it?
I watched the last 3 innings.
Yeah, innings.
What are they?
So 3 rounds?
Rounds, yep.
Rounds or the last 3 fights?
No, I caught a bit of the lady on lady fight, which everyone said was really fucking awesome.
Yeah. They overshadowed that lady on lady fight by doing an interview with Mike Tyson.
During their fight?
In between rounds, they did a quick interview with Mike Tyson. He's like, yep. And then he thanked the interviewer. Okay. And then he turned around and started walking away from the camera. Oh, the camera pans out and he's wearing no fucking pants.
He's got assless chaps on.
He's got he's got a girdle on, a boxing girdle, and he's got just his ass is hanging out.
Yeah.
And that's when I knew he would lose the fight.
Yeah.
I'm like, he doesn't even know pants right now.
But because he's an old man, and when old men are in change rooms, they have to be naked. That's the rule of change rooms, right?
But why would the camera pan out?
It tried to course correct though. Like it went down to show him walking away, and you could see the cameraman go, "Oh fuck, his ass is there," and like try to like lift it up, so you just see the back of his head. Like he tried to course correct, but the cameraman definitely.
I'm like, he can't even get pants together. He's fucked in this fight. Although it was a.
What are your thoughts? Give me your thoughts on the fight.
I said to everyone that talked to me about it, I said because his training videos look devastating. So
in what way?
Just he looked like the power was still there.
He's knocking shit out. Like he's good devastating.
The power looked good. Okay. But what I heard before the fight is that they held this event in a bigger ring than normal. And so I said he'd have trouble catching up to him because he's going to be too slow and other guy's going to be too fast and the ring is too big.
Yeah.
And so I was right about that. But I also said if he catches him in the first 2 rounds, it'll be a Tyson fight.
Yeah.
But if it goes longer than 2 rounds, he's just gonna run away the whole fight, and that's what he did.
As a layman who knows nothing of boxing, I mean, aside from the fact that I know who Mike Tyson is, he bites off ears, and that he was in fact a good boxer.
Yeah,
I mean, 35 years ago.
Yeah, he was boxing in the 80s, guys.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, you had a 30-year-old,
27-year-old
man in the prime of his life,
and a 58-year-old
and a 60-year-old retired man.
Yeah.
Like at some, I don't care who it is. At some point, genetics comes into play.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, again, I don't know anything about boxing, but I watched the last couple rounds, and I just saw an old man breathing heavily, trying not to have a jammer.
And you know what? We're part of the problem. The problem is it was free on Netflix. Not free on Netflix. You have to pay for Netflix.
Yeah.
But the problem with this is it was free on Netflix. And so, at its peak, 65 million people tuned in. Average was 60 million.
Yeah.
Or not people, but households.
Okay.
Which means we're going to get more of these.
Doesn't that make it like the most watched event on Netflix ever?
Oh, probably. Yeah. And the problem is now we're going to get more of these clown show fucking fights. Here's the thing. This is what boxing has done expertly. They've taken a page out of the WWE's playbook.
Yeah, WWE.
And they've created what they would call a heel. Okay? In Jake Paul.
Okay.
There was Twitter posts like, who do you want to win the fight? And I clicked on Tyson, and 99% people were saying Tyson.
Right.
They've got a guy that they can put in any fight with anybody, and everybody's going to tune in because everybody wants this guy to get his ass kicked because he's a fucking annoying prick.
And that's Jake
Paul.
Yeah.
Yes. And in WWE, in fact, his brother is a wrestler in WWE, Logan Paul.
Oh.
And everybody boos this guy. Like both brothers are universally hated.
Yeah.
In fact, there was a giant stadium show they did in August in the Cleveland Browns football stadium. So we're talking about 70,000 people.
Yeah.
He's from Cleveland,
hometown.
He's walking in. He's wearing the Browns home colors. Booed out of the building. Like even his hometown can't fucking stand this guy. So these two brothers are just universally panned. Like everyone can't stand them, but somehow they're in our lives and we're talking about them, which makes me mad.
Okay, but then why did they pay Paul twice as much money as Tyson?
Because Paul's the actual draw.
Even though it's a negative draw, it's still a draw.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Paul's the draw because it's not that people wanted to see Tyson. Everyone knew Tyson's out over the hill.
Yeah.
It's the prospect of seeing Paul get his ass kicked. That's what the draw is. Put it this way. The money is in the chase.
Yeah.
Okay? So when you talk about like a wrestling thing where you got a champion and you got someone trying to get the belt, right?
Yeah.
And I'm using quotations. We all know the wrestling's fake. But the money's in the chase, right? It's not when that guy wins the title, well, then it's like the adrenaline rush goes down, right?
Yeah.
It's the money is him, the good guy trying to defeat the bad guy, trying to get there. That's where all the money is, and so the money's in the chase. So as long as Jake Paul is still winning these silly fights, they're going to put up crazy people against him, and money's in the chase.
And that's when because when I was sitting in the room and they showed it, a bunch of people were like, "Oh, it's fucking it's wrestling. This was predetermined. Someone threw it. This guy threw it. He didn't do it." But and again, as a layman, I'm like, they don't have to do that. Like it didn't matter.
They didn't have to do that. They're both incompetent.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who.
But I will
who won
say
or lost.
this:
they didn't give a shit.
It was very bizarre because in his training videos, Mike Tyson was a lot more aggressive, and he was coming forward a lot better. Like his movement was a lot better. So I'm not sure if he had a knee injury coming into this thing because he had a knee brace on.
Oh,
so if I suspect, first off, 58, yeah, but I suspect his knee was bothering him getting into this fight because his training videos, he was moving forward a lot better than what he did in the fight. But again, keep in mind the ring was a lot bigger than he's used to, which benefited Paul running away.
Why was he chewing on his glove?
He's always done that in his fights.
Why is that a thing?
It's just a tick.
Just what he has. He just holds it.
He bites his glove. He's done that. He's been doing that for years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And actually, one of the announcers said that he's been doing that for years. But yeah, when I used to watch him like in the Holyfield and Lewis fights,
yeah,
and he was always doing that.
Oh, okay.
Just a little tick. Just a tick.
Fair enough. Yeah, didn't know.
You know what? If I had to guess why he did it, though, if he bites his glove, he's holding it in front of his face, and he's protecting himself.
Right.
So that's the logical reason why he would do it, and it's an interesting way.
Is he keeping that jab in check? It doesn't shoot out automatically. Like sometimes you would just kind of poke it out automatically.
Yeah, maybe. I think it's probably more for defense than offense.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Any more gripes?
No, that was my follow-up gripe.
We got a new feature that's coming out of the gripes.
God, so many good
It's called the Apathy Appendix.
The Apathy Appendix.
Yes. And this is where in the gripes, we bring something up, and it's basically I bring it up or you bring it up, and we're going to bitch about why we don't care about it.
Yeah.
Okay. And today's thing is Gladiator Part 2.
God, I already don't care. Don't care.
Listen. Gladiator. Okay, listen.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
I'm listening. All right.
Okay. Other than Lord of the Rings, which was the third in a series, and maybe Godfather Part 2. Can you check if Godfather Part 2 won Best Picture?
I can.
Did Godfather Part 2 win Best Picture?
I don't think it did, but I will check. I'll check while we do this. Awards. Winner, 1975, Best Picture.
Okay, so that's the only, other than that and Return of the King, are the only two sequels to ever win an Academy Award. Okay? But those were telling a continuous story, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like Lord of the Rings was like that. That's a book series, so they were telling a continuous story. Needed to be one of those. Godfather Part 2. There's a very specific character arc over the 3 movies.
Yes,
that needed a sequel. This is generally if you tag the sequel, you don't usually take an Oscar-winning movie like Gladiator, and put a sequel on it.
Yeah, it was a very unneeded sequel.
So there's some through lines. Apparently, I think the kid has grown up. The wife of Joaquin Phoenix's, or the sister of Joaquin Phoenix.
The boy from Gladiator.
Yeah.
The boy, the nephew of the Emperor Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Is the main character of this show.
Okay. Listen, I don't care about this movie. I don't want to see it. You already know I don't like Gladiator 1.
I know, which is weird because I really do.
And I have to call it Gladiator 1 now.
Yeah.
Which bugs
or
me.
you just apathetically say, no, it's still Gladiator.
It's just still Gladiator and Gladiator 2.
I from reviews the reviews all say that Denzel is a tour de force. But it's also because that's Denzel. And he's a fucking
Denzel doesn't have a single accent in this movie where he's supposed to be in
Denzel doesn't need an accent, though.
Denzel needs an accent.
Some of the best movies you don't need an accent. The Death of Stalin. Did you ever watch that movie?
Oh, I wanted to. I wanted to watch that one.
Great movie.
Yeah.
And not one of the actors has a Russian accent.
Okay.
And it's hilarious, but it's a fantastic movie. And obviously it's a comedy at the end of the day, but it takes place in Russia, and as Stalin dies, and how the rest of them all grasp for power is where it takes place, and it's just a lot of American and British actors, and they all just use their regular accents.
We're going to break into right now top 3 accent fails in movies, and I already got the top 3.
Oh, they're all going to be the same person.
No, they're not.
Okay.
Number 1, in no particular order.
Okay.
Number 1, Carrie Fisher in Star Wars.
Did she have an accent?
Yeah, she started speaking in an English accent in the beginning of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
And then at the end of the movie, she didn't have an English accent.
They came up with reasons as to why she did that, like canonically. But yeah, it's just
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's reason 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Or number 1. Number 2, Kevin Costner in
all of my top 3 are Kevin Costner
in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves in English, and he has no accent. And then what was number 3? Oh, I just had number 3. What was it? Oh, number 3, Hunt for Red October.
Oh, yes.
The Russian.
I'm a Russian submarine commander. That guy?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, Gladiator 2, welcome to the Apathy Appendix. We don't care about you.
Now, I'm gonna put some egg on your face, Corbyn. Doesn't happen very often.
All right.
But you said those are the 2 sequels with Academy Awards. I'm going to give you 10 other ones. Prove you wrong.
Best Picture. Best Picture.
Yeah, I'm going to give... Well, okay, maybe that might be true.
Yeah, no, it is true.
Because Blade Runner 2 got Academy Awards.
Yeah, no, that I'm not disputing that whatsoever. I'm saying Best Picture.
Yeah, you might be right then.
No egg on my face, baby.
Well, Lord of the Rings got Best Picture, but the third one.
That's what I said. I literally said that at the beginning of the segment.
Oh, and Dark Knight. That's like sound editing.
No, they didn't win Best Picture.
It was nominated, but didn't win.
No.
Son of a bitch. I still haven't watched that new Mad Max movie. Side note.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't have interest much into Gladiator 2. I think it's just going to be rehashing the same shit. And a lot of people said it's a lot of member berries. Like, they do throw in a lot of, like, remember when this happened in Gladiator? So yeah, I don't have a lot of. I can just go watch Gladiator again.
So the way we're going to end the segment every time is I'm going to state the thing we're talking about.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say I'm going to say Gladiator 2. Welcome to the Apathy Appendix.
Okay, you're going to say it, or we're going to both say it?
No, I'm saying it. That's it. That's the end of the segment.
Okay, let's do it.
No, we're done.
But now we're going to do it properly.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Gladiator 2. Welcome to the Apathy Appendix. There we go. Now we stop talking.
Zero rehearsal.
Now we stop talking about that.
Okay.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're playing 2 games today, but we're going to start our first one. It's not really a game. It's more of an exercise. It's one of our popular segments we've had in the past called Ask the Internet.
Ask the Internet.
Today, we're doing philosophy questions from Ask the Internet. How are you doing for time?
Really good.
Good. Listen, number 1. Do you remember how this game works? I ask you a bunch of really morally obscure questions, and you get to tell me exactly what and why?
Yeah.
You do the things? Okay.
Yeah.
Number 1, if you could ask one person, dead or alive, a question they had to answer honestly on live TV, who would you ask the question to, and what would the question be?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah, I know.
I would ask Arnold Schwarzenegger if he really truly got along with Will Chamberlain's on Conan, or if that was bullshit friendship.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is that your question?
that was my answer.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that was the question of my answer. What were you?
I would ask OJ if he did it.
I mean, we know he did it.
Now we don't. I want him to say it. Innocent until proven guilty. He was not proven guilty in a court of law.
Yeah.
I would like to sit him down and go, bitch, you do that? Do you do that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd like to ask
Okay.
OJ on live
All
TV.
right. Okay. I guess it's on live TV.
Yeah.
Okay. I get it.
That's one.
All right.
All right. What would need to be written on the side of a sketchy white free candy type of van for you to be lured in?
Oh, probably free minis.
Free minis?
Yeah, so like mini characters for like a tabletop D&D game or something.
Free minis. Come on in.
Free minis.
And
I'd
they'd
be
get
in
you,
like a dirty shirt, or just like free D&D session. I'd be in like a dirty shirt.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah, heartbeat. I mean, you got to weigh the risk, right? A free D&D game right now, people are willing to play.
Yeah.
I mean, to maybe getting someone to touch my bot. Sure, I'm going in. Totally worth the risk.
I like it. If you could hack one person's Twitter, who would you hack and what would you tweet?
I would probably hack a company
Okay.
and then just tweet nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would.
I think it's funnier to do it at a.
I would hack Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And then start just saying ridiculously sane things.
Sane
things.
Yeah.
And just just switch the script.
Yeah.
And then just enrage his fan base.
Yeah.
By doing it. Like
I really think we need to step back and look at emissions, you guys. I think it's really tough right now.
Guys, we need to have to raise the price of gas because we've got to watch emissions. Electric cars in the future, all that shit.
I don't want people paying for medical problems anymore.
Yeah. Free tuition for all.
Yeah. Everyone should get free schooling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I would. There's obviously other hot topics we don't want to get into.
those were the safe ones.
Those are the safe ones. But I would have a hell of a time doing that.
That would be fun.
Yeah. Would you rather have toes for fingers or fingers for toes?
Oh, interesting. I would rather have fingers on my toes because I'd be way better at climbing. Right?
What do you climb now?
Not well.
Because you don't have fingers.
I don't have my fingers on my toes. But if you did, you take your socks off and you're just like.
Shoes would look really weird. You'll be wearing clown shoes.
You'd have huge. Well, no, because you'd have to have the fingerless gloves. You would have that on your feet.
But then you'd freeze in the wintertime.
Yeah, we'd have to come with some in the winter up here. But like down there, you're ready to grab.
We have clown shoes. No one would run ever again.
You could eat chicken sticks with your feet.
If you had fingers for toes, no one would run ever again.
No, and it would make foot porn really weird. Like way more weird than it is already. Yeah.
If you could No, I'm not going to ask you that. All right. If you could fight one person to the death and switch lives with them, if you win, who would it be?
Oh, so me winning is not guaranteed.
You winning is not guaranteed.
Oh, see that shortens the list.
Yeah.
I would say, someone I could beat up. So I have to be able to beat them up, and then I get their life. You really narrowed my list down to like middle-aged children and old people.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want any of their lives.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Who would you beat up?
I would beat up a guy named Derek Stevens.
Okay.
Okay. He is the operator and owner of my favorite casino in Las Vegas.
Oh.
And he's like 60.
Oh, so he's still got some time.
And he's kind of round.
Yeah.
and not in shape. I'm not
Okay.
in shape either, but I think I could take him, and I would gladly take his life.
Okay.
But not take his life. Well, in this situation, I'd have to take his
you
life.
got to kill him.
I'd
Yeah.
fight him to the death.
Yeah.
But then I get to have his life.
Then you take the life.
Yeah.
I see.
So I would, Derek Stevens, you're on my watch list.
Oh, you got to come in, Derek.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's only a testament to him because his place is so fun. Yeah. If you could make one movie character real to date you,
To date me.
who would you make it be?
You will date me now that you're alive. Speaking of which, I watched a little of the last half of Hunky Snowman or Hot Snowman on Netflix.
Who made you watch that?
My mother.
Okay.
I went to her house for dinner and she wanted to finish
If your
watching
wife
it.
made you watch that, I was going to say I
No.
was going to make fun of her.
No, this is my mother's place, and that's basically the story of it. She put a scarf on a snowman with nipples,
Yeah.
and then he came to life, and he was not an attractive human being, but anyway, he's alive.
Okay, let me guess really quickly. I'm going to guess the main actress in this. I'm telling you, I know
Okay.
nothing about this movie.
Okay.
But I'm going to give you 3 options for the main character. Okay.
Oh, it's called Hot Frosty.
Okay, Hot Frosty.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you 3 options for actors who are the main character in this movie
Okay.
as the female main character, and I'm guaranteeing you one of them is right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be either Candace Cameron Bure.
Okay.
It's going to be Melissa Joan Hart,
Okay.
or it's going to be Lacey Chabert.
You're wrong, but you're so close. It's frustrating. The lead is Kathy Barrett,
Who? Let me look at this.
she's in so many Hallmark movies now.
No, it's Lacey Chabert. Look at it.
Where am I looking?
That's her name, Lacey.
Oh
Chabert.
yeah, Lacey. Oh, is that what you said?
Yes.
Oh, so the character's name is Kathy Barrett.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I win.
Not Hot Girls, Mean Girls.
Yes,
Yeah,
she's in Mean
Lacey
Girls.
Chabert's in Mean Girls.
Anyway, that's all the movies those 3 do now.
That's all she does.
Yeah. So I got it.
The only
I'm a
people
winner.
worth any money in the show are Joe Lo Trigulio, who was on Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, I've seen him
And
before.
Craig Robinson, who was also on Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
They played the sheriffs of the town, who are kind of the quote-unquote bad guys.
Yeah.
But all they're doing is arresting him for committing a B&E. And they're the bad guys in the whole movie.
Yeah.
Which is dumb. And then this Dustin Milligan is Jack Snowman, and he looks like a predator from a stab, like a B slasher flick.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that happened. That was a letdown. Of the
Okay,
movie.
so tell me about this person. Okay, so what was the question again?
I don't remember what the question was.
You're telling me.
Yes,
One movie character you can date.
probably the one that 13-year-old Tanner wanted to, all the way up to now, and that was Jamie Lee Curtis from True Lies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. You?
Movie character or TV character? This is movie.
No, movie. Yeah, movie.
Oh, movie character. It'd have to be someone like funny, probably. Like someone that made me laugh, right? I don't have one.
Okay,
No, I don't have
that's a
one.
letdown.
I'm sorry. TV characters. I got TV characters, but I don't.
You're going to pick from that ridiculous show with the women who
Yeah.
are terrible to everybody.
We're terrible.
Oh, they're terrible women.
You talking about Gilmore Girls?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're terrible women.
Yeah, Lorelai Gilmore, the older one, not the younger one.
Well, the younger one turns bad because she spends too much time with her mother.
But yeah, Lorelai would be just cool to hang out with. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not attracted to her or anything. I just think she'd be fun to hang out with.
She's toxic.
Yeah, you think she's toxic?
She'd
She'd be so fun to hang out with.
sure for a night, but she's toxic as heck.
You know what? I will admit, like after like day 3, I'd be like, okay, can we just not talk for a bit?
Yeah, I need
that's
I need you to
it's too much
go.
talking.
I need you to go to a different room and just be there for a few hours.
Too much talking. We need some quiet time.
Yeah.
What would be the one song you want played at your funeral?
Oh, sentimentally, I would say Garth Brooks is the Red Strokes.
Okay. Hashtag country sucks.
Not that song.
I would pick. I'd pick 1999 by Prince.
If I was trying to be funny,
Yeah.
I would pick one of those really small countries that no one really knows about that has like a 37-minute long national anthem, and I'd play that song because I think it'd be funny.
Fun fact. Okay, so I used to own a business. I used to own an escape room,
That's true.
and I had a room where, and I stole this from another place.
Yeah.
And I had a room where I had an iPod, because it was a long time ago when there was iPods, connected to a speaker, and I had it play an annoying song on loop the whole time, just for the whole experience. So you just...
While someone's in a room, they just have this...
So and the psychology behind it is this. At first you're like, oh, there's that song, okay?
Yeah.
And then you're like, it's playing again. And then you're like, for fuck's sakes, it's still playing.
Yeah.
And so it's distracting you. And then by the end of it, you're singing along to it. You're like, and it was Tiny Bubbles by Don Ho. Have you ever heard that song?
Oh, God, I don't know if I have.
Tiny bubbles in the room make me happy
without you.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, yeah.
And it was funny.
The torture of human beings. Yeah, no, it's funny.
Tiny bubbles.
Tiny bubbles. Tiny bubbles. Any other questions? What do you got? What else you got for me?
When is it okay for men to cry?
I mean, I'm okay with men crying. I know that's some people don't like that.
What makes you cry?
I don't cry.
You don't?
Because I'm a fucking man.
Oh, man. When's the last time you cried?
Probably when my wife was in the hospital for that stuff that she was going through.
Fair enough.
But I didn't do it in front of her.
No.
I left the room and I went and found a small utility closet in the hospital and I cried by myself.
All right. They let you into utility closets in the hospital?
I don't know if they let me.
I'm going in here.
I did it. I just walked in and closed the door.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That was probably and before that I couldn't tell you.
I cried last weekend.
Okay.
Anytime we watch a movie that's got like some mother-father sentimentality to it, that makes me get feels for my kids, I'm a mess.
I can see that.
So we watched The Wild Robot last weekend.
I heard it's good.
Oh, it's such a good movie, and I cried my face off. I'm like,
to be fair, that the few reviews I watched on that movie, the movie's great, and I cried. That's basically every review I saw in that movie.
Yeah. So the answer to the question is when something is sentimental with your children or wife.
Yeah.
And the second answer is when your sports team wins.
Oh, yeah.
You can cry. You're allowed to cry when your sports team wins. Or when, like, your favorite player retires. That's allowed.
Have you cried during that time?
I cried when the Raptors won the championship, for the NBA championship. And I cried when Michael Jordan retired.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
From baseball or from basketball?
Basketball.
Okay. Did you cry when you retired from baseball?
I did not cry when you retired from baseball.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm... Yeah, as long you can cry as much as you want, whenever you want, is totally fine, unless you're a man. Okay, what else? Do we have questions?
What is one rumor, true or false, you'd want to spread about yourself?
Ooh, something. It can't be obvious. Like I can't go around and say, "Hey, Tanner's got a big dong," because people aren't going to believe it. I don't have that energy.
Yeah.
I have like I'm ready for my mortgage renewal energy.
Yeah.
Is what I have. So that's not going to work. It's going to have to be something like something mysterious. Like, hey, did you know Tanner spent like 2 months in jail in Puerto Rico? Like something like that, right? Something that could be true.
Yeah.
Because I think if Tanner had a bad day, he could do something.
Yeah.
Right. But something that they can't really find because you're not going to know about prison records in Puerto fucking Rico.
No.
So something like that. It'd have to be something mysterious that comes to the story that can't be verified, but it's not too over-exaggerated.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
I would like float out there that I like won a ton of money or I came into a ton of money.
Okay.
And I would like to just test it to see if people changed around me.
For sure they would.
Yeah.
Right?
But that's what I would do.
Yeah.
To see who changes.
Okay. Well, we can start that rumor. Hey, Corbin.
Yeah.
Remember the other day we were talking about that thing that happened?
Yeah.
Was that true that all that people died and you got all their money?
Yeah, that's right.
Wow. So like quite a bit.
I'm very well off right
Good for you.
Thank you.
I'm really excited for you.
Thank you.
Okay, now we just let it simmer. And then it'll become truthful.
I know, right?
If enough people believe in a lie, it's no longer a lie, which is how some people get elected to president. All right, we're done being political.
Would you rather lose all of your old memories or never be able to make new ones?
I would rather not make new ones.
I think the question's flawed because the second I make a new one, it becomes an old one and I'd lose that.
And everything that's old has all your memories make you who you are right now.
Yeah.
If they didn't happen to you or you didn't remember them happening to you,
you're not yourself.
You wouldn't be who you are today.
Yeah.
So I'd rather be who I am today than remember anything going forward.
Okay. I'm going to give you 2 more. That's a good answer.
Thank you. Sometimes I give nice answers.
Yep. All right. What do we got here? There's some dumb ones here. You have been put in charge of running a place called the Afterlife for people not evil enough for hell. We'll call it Heck.
Okay. Yeah.
What's the first torture you design for a place that's you're in charge of running? It's not bad enough for hell.
It's not
the
hell.
second level.
Oh.
It's better than hell.
I would really.
What's your first torture?
I would do really well in this area. I think you would too. Like I think this is prime Corbyn real estate.
Yeah.
In Heck. I mean, oh geez, top of the mind.
Yeah.
Your socks are always wet. Always.
Always wet socks.
Yeah, you always have wet socks no matter what you do. Wet socks. Boom.
Yeah. I would say I'd put the apathy smell in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to live in the apathy smell for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
The secondhand store.
No matter what you do, and it's not, you can't pinpoint it either. It's just always there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're always smelling it.
It'd be awful.
You're gonna have scratches you can't reach. Right?
Yeah.
You're always gonna have an itch.
Yes.
You can't get to it though.
It's
it's there and you can't reach it.
Yeah, should have went to hell.
Yep. Yeah.
Sorry, pal.
Because you're gonna be stabbed by demons, but at least you're not gonna be itchy forever. Obviously, The Big Bang Theory will always be playing.
That's true.
That's the only show you can watch.
Oh my God!
Or is that hell?
No, that's hell.
Is that hell?
That's hell.
That's too hard. You're right.
How dare you, sir?
That was too hard.
Disrespect Heck like that.
So Heck, you can watch Little Sheldon, and then in hell, you gotta watch The Big Bang Theory.
Should we do? Okay, so we've done really reasonable ones. Should we do a pretty fucked up one?
Give me a fucked up one.
Okay. You get $1 million to put a baby in a microwave for 3 seconds. Do you do it? Baby in a microwave for 3 seconds for $1 million.
All right, I'm not going to answer this question because it's bad.
I'm not answering this either.
Okay, I was gonna.
I just wanted to say it.
I was gonna make my head. I'm gonna move my head. In a direction that pronounces yay or nay towards you. But I'm not gonna say it.
I won't say it out loud.
All right, ready?
Go.
I'm gonna nod yes. Okay, so now they don't know what I did.
We're cooking that baby.
All right.
$1 million.
Thank you for the game, Corbyn. It's fun. I like it because it's discussion maker.
Yeah.
Which I like, but that's going to lead us into one of our OGs.
Time for
Top 5.
Welcome back. It's time for our top 5. It's Tanner's week this week.
Hey.
I have an idea. I have a feeling this is going to be about UFOs. If I had to guess.
Is it because I said that earlier in the podcast?
Did you say that?
I did. I said we're going to come back to this and talk about it.
Oh, yeah. That's probably why I think that.
And that's going to lead to Tanner's top 5 of the top 5 UFO sightings in Canada.
Okay.
Because the show didn't talk about any of them, and I had questions, so I looked them up.
Yep.
And I've got the top 5 for you,
all right,
our listening audience.
Number 5.
Number 5, the 1974 Landenberg, Saskatchewan.
I never even heard of that place.
So around 10:30 a.m. on September 1st, 1974, an area farmer, Edwin Fair, claims to have seen 5 saucer-shaped objects hovering approximately 1 foot off the ground near a slough. Believing it to be a prank, he walked closer and noticed the saucers were also rotating at a high rate of speed. When his swather would not restart, which is a combine or farm implement, Fair sat for 15 minutes watching the objects before they took off. Too scared to move, he described takeoff as being extremely fast with no noise and the objects emitting nothing but a gray vapor. An RCMP report found 5 circles matching Fair's description of the objects in the ground, but no physical evidence in the area indicating someone had driven in or made in the circles themselves.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that was that one in 1974.
Oh, that's interesting.
They
found the landing spots.
Yeah.
That's it. That's creepy.
Yeah. Nothing leading to or away from them, but they found the indentations in the dirt. That was it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Number 4.
Number 4.
1978, the Clarenville.
It's always in the 70s.
It's, it's Canada.
All right.
The Clarenville, Newfoundland, and Labrador.
Nobody goes
is
there.
where we're going.
Okay.
No. There was a single sighting of a UFO by 12 individuals in the early morning of October 26, 1978. This is near Random Island. The object was reportedly oval-shaped with a fin on its tail. Individuals who spotted the object called the RCMP and then dispatched Officer Constable James Blackwood, where it's just Constable James Blackwood, who himself witnessed the UFO hover 100 feet above the water for around 1 to 2 hours before vanishing. Blackwood used a telescope. And again, instead of just saying a telescope, they say a telescope specialized for drug surveillance, which I assume is just a telescope, to observe the UFO, and one other witness was using binoculars. According to Blackwood, when he shone his headlights, the object would react by shining its own headlights back, or lights back towards him, repeatedly. Blackwood was attempting to contact the pilots of the craft. It left no evidence of its appearance apart from the eyewitness testimony of the events. And then in 2016, a separate sighting occurred in Clarenville regarding a resident who spotted lights hovering over the water, also over Random Island.
12 people witnessing it is a thing.
Yes, and a RCMP constable.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So it floated over Random Island over the water for an hour or two, was there. It seemingly returned flashing lights towards the RCMP cruiser, which flashed its lights. But that was it. No other evidence.
Huh. Okay, that's a creepy one.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3.
Number 3, 2010.
Whoa.
The Harbor Mile, still in Newfoundland. And there's a lot of UFO water things. That's one of those episodes too. Apparently they come out of the water. I don't know. Anyway. So during the night of January 25th in 2010, there were multiple UFO sighting reports in Harbor Mile, Newfoundland. The RCMP initially stated the reports were due to a missile launch, but later retracted the statement, and the Office of the Prime Minister stated that UFOs were not missiles. That, like, the UFOs that people said they saw were not, in fact, missiles. Due to Harbor Mile's proximity to St. Pierre and Miquelon, residents suspected the French military activity. So there's a St. Pierre and Miquelon Island quite a ways off Canada, but it's a French air base.
Okay.
So they assumed that it was that. However, the French government came out saying there was absolutely no military activity taking place during the reported incidents, and they have nothing to do with whatever Canadians saw. The RCMP referred to the event as an unexplained sighting, and NORAD stated that there was no known rocket launch at the time of anywhere in the Northern Hemisphere. And the event prompted the members of Parliament for the constituency of Harbor Mile at the time to press the government for further information regarding to what happened. And then, of course, they criticized the government and blah, 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 became an issue. But no one could say what it was.
That's an interesting one. A recent one. No photos, though. No photos.
No, I couldn't find any.
Okay.
No. 2014.
Oh, wow.
Number 2. 2014.
Number 2.
North York, Ontario.
Okay.
Between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. on Saturday, July 26, 2014, there were multiple UFO sightings, reports in and around North York, Ontario. At around 9 p.m. on Saturday, Sarah Chun witnessed a string of 6 or 7 diagonal flashing lights in the sky from the window near her dining table in her condominium in North York. Before going outside to her balcony to observe, she saw the flashing lights for about 25 minutes and recorded 2 videos on her iPad, which was later posted to her YouTube channel, which are still there. Toronto Police's 32nd Division reported receiving several calls of identifying objects flying between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. that night. Several police officers witnessed the lights, and one Toronto police officer who saw one of the lights speculated that it was a quadcopter launched from a building, but did not investigate while he was on bike patrol. So a bicycle cop was like, it's just a drone. The event was witnessed by many people, including a local musician who had exited a movie theater due to a fire alarm. Apparently a bunch of like electronics and stuff were going haywire, and like different fire alarms and were going off in buildings and power was going out. Another resident in North York reported that he was entertaining guests on a balcony when all of his power came out and they lost the internet connection, and he recorded the lights on his phone. And there was definitely different minor power outages throughout Toronto, including a subway station that went down in North York, Cineplex movie theater, which went down and the fire alarm went off. And there are multiple photographs and videos of this event as it happened in 2014.
Did you look those up?
I have them here. I don't know if we can post them or just maybe we can put the link to them on the YouTubes. But here, I can show you Corbyn really quick.
See what we're looking at here.
So now...
They put music to it?
No. So this is Sarah Chun's video. She's on her balcony. She's staring at a light that's kind of intermittently getting brighter and a little softer in the sky over North York.
Yeah.
And then she looks down kind of towards the city, and through skyscrapers, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish lights of different seemingly colors, all spaced evenly. But from this distance, probably a football across in length, right? And then the one that's still above her video going back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah. That's basically it.
Yeah. Okay. Those are drones.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think they are probably just fucking drones.
Yeah.
But no, it's unexplained and it's scary.
Number one.
The 1967 Falcon Lake incident in Manitoba.
Oh.
This is arguably one of the more famous ones that have ever happened in Canada.
Okay.
This led to books being written and certain things like that. I never read the books myself, but this was the most, I guess, well-known event that happened in Canuckland. So Stephen Michalek claimed that he was burned by one of 2 flying saucers, which he reportedly came into contact with on May 19th, 1967, near Falcon Lake, Manitoba. They claimed the images of Michalek in the hospital show a grid burn of marks on his chest, similar to a grid that was burned through his T-shirt that he was wearing at the time. People like UFOologists consider it to be one of the most documented UFO stories in Canada. 2 books have been written on the alleged occurrence. One by himself called When They Appeared Falcon Lake, 1967, which is a terrible title. And the one in 2015 by George Dudding called The Falcon Lake UFO Encounter. It's also not super exciting. There has been a lot of skeptics try to debunk this. Skeptic Aaron Sekulich reviewed the report made by Michalek and the police shortly after the incident, along with other evidence, and concluded that he was indeed burned, but the burns were likely caused by an accident brought on by alcohol consumption and him falling into a fire.
Oh, okay.
Is what he thinks it was. And it was as he was prospecting for silver ore near the lake at the time, and probably made this story up to keep other prospectors out of the area. Okay. Is what he thinks. He probably got drunk and fell into a grid of a fire. You have the little grid for cooking. Yeah. Fell first onto that. And burnt.
Interesting. When we get off the air, I'm going to tell you my UFO story.
Oh, that's exciting.
But not on air. Sorry. Sorry, listeners.
That's fine. According to Stephen Michalek's accounts, 2 glowing objects descended from the sky near Falcon Lake, where one landed close enough for him to approach. And when the craft suddenly took off in flight, the emission it released set his clothes ablaze, burning him with mysterious burns.
That is interesting.
And it's one of the only stories that I've read in recent history, going even through this list and everything about different UFO encounters in North America, where the propulsion caused any type of injury to someone. Because all the other ones say there's no evidence of any propulsion. It just happens. This is no good one. So that leads me to believe that maybe he just got drunk and fell in the fire.
Wah, wah.
Da, da, da. But that drunk guy in the fire is the top number 1 of flying saucers in Canada.
Do you believe any of this?
Not a one.
But one of your favorite movies is that Fire in the Sky, isn't it?
No, it's one of my scariest movies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It just was scary. They put him in the thing and they put that goop in his mouth. Yeah, didn't like it. Didn't like that much at all. But we'll wait for your after story. You tell me yours after, and I'll tell you mine.
Okay, sounds good.
Personal run-ins, although I don't think it was what I thought it was. Anyway, shall we go on to our...
I'm so excited for
final
this.
Game.
Final game of the day.
Star Power.
Star Power. Now, again, I would say when I ran Star Power for Tanner, it didn't go very well.
Okay, hold on. Star Power, no, I think we missed the line here. You said Star Power was the one where I had to name 10 people from a movie or something like that?
Yeah.
No, that's ridiculous. I would never do that to you.
Oh, that's not what we're doing?
This is the one where I'm going to give you the fill in the blank. I'm going to give you a statement and you quickly fill in the blank.
Oh, I don't remember what I called that game.
We're going to call it fill in the blank.
Okay.
Because Star Power sucked.
I'm excited then.
I'm going to... I'm glad to see it. I'm going to put a little bit of make this a little harder for you.
Okay.
Because you were a little nice to me on that one. I'm giving you a 5-second timer.
No way.
To answer each of these questions.
Oh, come on. I'm not that smart.
You have to do it within 5 seconds.
I don't think on my toes that well.
Well, a lot of these are just your initial thought. These aren't quiz questions.
Okay.
But you get 5 seconds to answer. And if you don't, we move on, and the audience doesn't get to know about it.
No. Come on.
You got to be ready.
Okay.
Because otherwise the 5 seconds doesn't matter. All right. First one. I will read it, and then I will start the timer. Okay? Blank is who you want to be when you grow up.
My dad.
Okay. That was within 2 seconds. Hold on.
Actually, my mom.
No, too late. Blank scares you the most.
Clowns.
Oh, yeah. I don't like clowns. Blank.
No, sharks.
No, it's clowns. It's just 5 seconds. Blank is your least favorite color.
Pink.
Pink. Okay. Blank is a fictional character you most relate to.
I'd pass. Give me more time. I want to answer them. No, I don't like the timer. I don't like the timer. I want to answer all of them. What is the question again?
Exactly. Blank is a fictional character that you most relate to.
Maybe not today, but I did. And I talked about this with you, I think, in the Lost in Translation movie, Bill Murray's character.
Yes, Bill Murray. I like that. I definitely see him in you. Yeah. I agree. Blank is the celeb you want as your other BFF.
Oh, I would really like to be friends with...
Best friends.
I'd really like to be best friends?
Yeah, this is your bestest friend.
I'd really like to be best friends with John Mulaney.
Oh, that would be fun. But then you have to go take him to rehab all the time.
Or Daniel Tosh. Oh, no. John Mulaney. I'll take him to rehab. Okay. I'm cool with it.
All right. Blank is an unexpected movie that makes you cry. We covered this already.
An unexpected movie that made me cry?
Yeah.
You're like, holy shit, that got me.
Do you want to say the robot, or did you?
No, I figured I'd cry in that one. What's a movie that got me that I didn't expect to cry? You know what? Honestly,
yeah,
Avengers Endgame. I cried in Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, I can see that.
I didn't expect to go in crying, and in multiple spots too.
Yeah, well, they really. Well, that's also 10 years of pulling it on
you. I'm so glad I went to that alone.
Blank is what you like the most about me.
Me or you?
Tanner.
I think your patience.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I really respect your patience.
Oh.
Because like when we were doing our show, I'd get a little elevated about some things sometimes, and you were very even keel, and I respect that about you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, because it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
So try to lead into it.
Yeah.
What blank is what you dislike most about Tanner?
Right now, that mustache.
So, hold on. I'm going to ASMR you guys.
Yeah, like that's my answer. Like final
that's
answer.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's the mustache right
It's
now.
not good, you guys.
No.
Blank is your favorite gift you ever received.
The greatest gift I've ever received? Oh, wow. Oh, man. This is... See, I wouldn't be able to do this in 5 seconds. I have to think about it. The greatest gift I've ever received... You know, my wife got me this book that I still have in my side table, and it's just a bunch of thoughts that she has about me.
Well, that she filled out.
That's the best gift I've ever got.
Oh, I do like that. That's a good idea.
And 2 homemade T-shirts from my kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Blank is the last lie you told.
Oh, what was the last lie I told? Okay, don't get mad at me.
Okay.
But before the show, you were telling me about this game we were doing.
Yeah.
And you're asking me all these questions, and I was just kind of like, "Yep, I'm in. I'm in."
Yeah.
Like the details don't matter to me.
Yeah.
So I kind of half lied about that.
No, I'm used to your response when I know you're like, yeah, sure. You're just like, yeah, okay.
So it's not a lie, kind of, but not really.
No,
I'm just like, yeah, I'm cool with whatever. Let's just do it.
Foreshadowing. May have some exciting stuff coming down the pipe for you listeners.
Woo.
What blank is the moment in your life that you've laughed the hardest?
What? Sorry. What blank?
Blank is the moment in your life you laughed the hardest.
Oh God, I'm not allowed to tell you. It's
broad strokes.
No, we'll get canceled. We'll get canceled. But remind me to tell you afterwards. Okay. So the second most time I laughed the hardest. Honestly, maybe the first time I saw American Pie.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah, that I laughed really, really hard that day.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
Mine was Anchorman.
yeah,
Yeah, the original Anchorman.
yeah, for
I laughed quite a bit in the theater.
I'll tell you about number one. It can't go over the
All
air.
right, we got a bunch of stuff we got to talk about off air.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I remembered why I wrote stopwatch at the top of this. Those questions.
Yeah.
Were Corbyn.
Yeah.
Getting into Corbyn.
Yeah.
These next ones are a test.
Okay.
So the same style, except now you got to fill in the blank of movie titles really quickly. So I'm giving you 5 seconds, and you got to. I don't think this will be hard for you.
I think it will be. Okay.
So this
my memory is get worse.
This is where my 5 seconds came in. So
Okay.
this one you only get 5 seconds to answer each one.
Okay.
I'll start the title.
And the answers are movie titles.
They're all movie titles.
Okay.
Okay, they're going to be pretty quick and easy. I think you'll do okay.
Okay.
All right. There will be blank.
Blood.
Correct. The evil blank.
Dead.
Correct. Blank shift.
Night Shift.
Correct. Wall blank.
Wall Street.
Correct. Meet Joe blank.
Joe Dirt.
Nope.
Meet Joe Black.
Oh, you got it. Okay. A serious blank.
A serious. A series of or a series?
Serious.
A serious.
You're out of time.
No, I don't know.
Some like it blank.
Hot.
Blank by me.
Stand by Me.
Oh God. How do they do this? They fucked this one up. I'm going to say the last blank.
Starfighter.
Nope.
Why not?
But it's not the right. It's not the right answer.
It's not what you were thinking, but it's
No.
the right answer.
I know. The answer is the last Boy Scout.
No.
They wrote the blank and they put Boy Scout last.
Yeah, no. I'm going to go The Last Starfighter. That's a better movie.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good movie. Blank. Big blank.
Big blank? I don't know.
God, The Big Short, The Big Lebowski. There's a lot of other big ones, but this is
Yeah.
Big Fish.
Big Fish. I could have went Big
But
Fish.
it was Big Lebowski's way better. Rosemary's Blank.
Baby.
Freaky Blank.
Friday.
Wag the Blank.
Dog.
Kingdom of Blank.
Heaven.
Blank Trek.
Star.
Blank Angry Men.
12.
Blank River.
Mystic.
Blank Soldiers.
Dog.
Nope.
Dog Soldier's a great movie.
Okay, but that's not the answer.
What's the answer?
Toy Soldiers.
I think Dog Soldier's the better movie. Go watch it. Horror movie. It's great.
Isn't it Dog Soldier?
No, it's Dog Soldiers.
Is it plural? Okay. The Blank Aquatic with Steve Zissou. Fucking wrote out of this.
The Life Aquatic.
Yeah. Die Blank.
Hard.
Ordinary Blank.
Ordinary Day.
Nope.
I don't know.
People.
Ordinary People. Okay.
Shanghai Blank.
Shanghai Noon.
Days of Blank.
Thunder.
Blank Miss Sunshine.
Little.
Blank of a Lesser God.
Children.
Oh, good for you. I would not have gotten that. The Blank Mile.
The green mile.
Oh, you're lucky. Blank Age.
Innocent Age. I don't know.
Nope. Got 4 seconds left.
No.
Ice Age. Nothing but blank. 3, 4.
No.
Nothing but trouble. Dirty blank.
Scoundrels. Rotten Scoundrels.
Nope. It's one word.
Dirty Dancing then.
No. Dirty Work. But Dirty Dancing would have been more sense.
Probably,
yep.
yeah.
Blank of Angels.
City.
Well done. You did well there, Corbyn.
Did I do good?
Yeah.
What were the ones I missed?
You got.
I missed one early on that I didn't know.
Well, Meet Joe Black. Was Meet Joe Dirt.
Yeah, that's right. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense.
That made me laugh. Meet Joe Dirt. Yeah, that one. The Last Boy Scout made no sense. Big Fish.
Yeah, Big Fish.
Big Shorty would have been a better one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I missed a couple of them. That was good. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was well done.
I did pretty good there.
You did really well there. So, we do we want to talk about what's coming up, or do we want to do that later?
No, I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, fair enough.
I want it to be like because we don't know when it's going to happen, and I don't want to give like a 2-month preview.
True.
I'd rather do it like the week before or something.
That's fair. Gives us time, because that way if we fuck it up, we don't have to.
Yeah, then we don't have to. We don't have to follow through.
So in the meantime,
yeah, and in between time,
we are a fortnightly podcast. And are we going to take any time off during Christmas? We haven't discussed this yet.
You know, we probably should, or else maybe
we're going to front load.
Yeah, front load something.
Yeah. Well, we don't know what we're going to do yet for Christmas, but we will maybe have that answer the next podcast in a fortnight's time.
Yeah.
Corbyn, where can they find us?
You can find us at Apathy Podcast on Twitter. You can find us at Radical Apathy Podcast on YouTube. You can find us at Radical Apathy Podcast on Facebook and anywhere you can get your podcast. But you already know that because you're listening. So
yeah, listening.
We appreciate you listening.
And don't forget, if you want to talk to us, you can just either put in the comments, send us an email if you want us to do different games, if you want us to answer questions you may have,
let us know if there's another place that smells like secondhand stores.
Oh yeah, that's more than just we're thinking.
Yeah.
Or if you know what that smell is,
The smell.
if you can identify that smell, please let us know.
Like that.
Yeah, it smells like what I imagine the change room in The Big Bang Theory. It is. Yes, thank you all so much for joining us. Hope you have a wonderful fortnight, and we'll see you then.
Talk to you later.
Love you. Bye.